let's come to Delhi, Ajay. Let's have a look at what we've put up in terms of strengths and weaknesses. And again, we'll start on the green column on the left, the openers and the middle order. Unlike Chennai, here they've been getting runs from both sides of it. But just see what you can pick in terms of the versatility of their bowling attack, which is what we talked about earlier.
Yeah, I think versatility of that bowling attack, and just above that, what you are not conceding boundaries. What that clearly tells you is what? I mean, you will concede boundaries at the end of the innings or maybe at the top. It's at the middle stage of the game. A boundary is generally hit to a ball that shouldn't have been bowled or shouldn't have got there. Not that the bowlers are trying to bowl wide outside the off stump where you can cut it easily or flick it, where there's no risk taking happening. So that versatility allows the captain to use them much better in different conditions, different batsmen. But once the bowlers are bowling, they've taken the boundaries out of the game. I think what Ravichandran Ashwin has done, as a purist, I would still love to see him beat people in the air because he's got that ability, but he's just taken that whole game out. I mean, he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to get it for a six. He much rather bowl flatter. Maybe get one boundary somewhere, cutting it or sweeping it, but he's not allowing you to run the play. And that's the case with all of them. Even with Akshar Patel, he's also one of those guys who just comes in, so they've taken away those boundaries, and they've been able to do that because they have that versatility that they have with their bowling, because they're 5 pure bowlers. Not one bowls like the other one, and not one has a mindset similar to the other one. So you can't get more versatile than that. I mean, I'm a big fan of Rishabh Pant, but I probably feel that he has a long way to go as well to learn how to utilize his resources. Maybe he hasn't utilized his resources as well as he could have. Plus, he could have got many more runs as well.
One thing I'll add to that, Gautam, I know we're getting close to the start of the game. Tom Curran comes in wide. That gives them the 6 bowling option. And if we look at that, it's been the bowling at the death that's been a problem. So maybe that's what they're after from him. Maybe they're after those back of the hand slow balls and the mixing it up to be key under the pressure situation of the death bowling.
Yeah, fair point. Let's have a quick look at that. Exactly what Shaun has mentioned this season in terms of their death bowling. And I think this is an area that they'd want to address, and the fact that they've got the extra versatility in or the option. One more quick point I want to bring up, because Delhi are batting, Shaun, and let's bring this up. Let's just bring that graphic back again in terms of strengths and weaknesses, and pick on one last point before we wrap up this discussion for Delhi, and that is one weakness, Shaun. No 50+ scores in the UAE. Yes, their strength has been their openers early half of the season. Today, they need to put runs on the board. This is one area they'll want to rectify.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the point in case. I think Shikhar Dhawan is the one guy who, once he gets in, normally looks to bat long and try and get to the latter parts. Prithvi Shaw throws it away too often for me. He often gets off to a nice fast start and then will toss it away, and too many of their batters do that. The 6-hitting problem, I think that's been down to Stoinis. I think he's the real bludgeoner that they've missed at the back end. But in finals, it's a case in point. As the coaches, you always want to stress to your individuals, if it's your day, if you get past that initial 30, if you get yourself in, you have to make it pay. You have to be the hero of the day for us. Get that big score and put the game out of reach.